Hi guys, what's up? Tori here. So don't mind me, I'm rocking a full-on mom look this morning. I have not even gotten dressed yet, but I want to get this video done right now while I'm thinking about it and while I can and before someone's ready for her morning nap. So but I am here to do Braylee's 5-month update because you're 5 months old now, aren't you? Yeah. Braylee is now 5 months old. She turned 5 months. Today is actually May 1. But she turned 5 months on April 22, so about a week ago is when she turned 5 months. And so I just kind of wanted to update you on everything that is Braylee. She is definitely getting stronger every day. She loves being in her exerciser here and playing. Yeah, you do. She prefers to be sitting up in some way, shape, or form. So she likes being in her exerciser. She likes to sit in her bumbo. She likes to even just like sit up like when being held, and like if you're on the floor with her, she likes to be sitting up, and she actually will hold her, like if you let go of her, she will like sit by herself for like a few seconds. It doesn't last long, but the thing is she gets herself like so excited that then she will like throw herself backwards. So she doesn't obviously sit really like on her own yet, but she does try. As far as tummy time goes, tummy time is pretty much non-existent because she either, most of the time she just rolls herself straight onto her back. And if she doesn't do that, she just screams and gets really mad. Tummy time really doesn't happen a whole lot. I mean, obviously still try to do it with her every once in a while, but it doesn't really happen. And clearly she is much more vocal, as you just heard. She coos and babbles constantly. She is full of talking. Oh goodness. And if she's been a little bit gunky lately, I think she had a little bit of a cold recently, so she is a little bit gunky still, but it's much better. She's not like real congested or anything anymore, but she's doing good. As you can hear, she's just talking away, babbling away, and she does it constantly, nonstop. She's full of smiles. She actually will do like full big belly laughs now too if you really get her finding something's really super funny. So yeah, she's so much fun. I have actually caught her rolling from her tummy, or from her back to her tummy once. I don't know if she did it intentionally though, because I had just gotten done with her bath and I laid her on her towel on the counter and wrapped her in her towel, and she suddenly just like flipped right over onto her belly, and I was like totally caught off guard and shocked by it and surprised by it. But that's the only time I've caught her doing it, and I've never like been able to convince her to do it otherwise. As far as other things go, she was having some major pooping struggles. I don't remember if I mentioned it in the last video or not. Where like she would go like between a week to 2 weeks between her poops, and like she would act so uncomfortable when she was due to have one, like beyond uncomfortable. And the last time it happened, actually I was at work and she refused to take the bottle from my sister. She would not eat from a bottle at all. So I ended up calling her doctor, her pediatrician, and was like, what can we do? And we took her in, and her pediatrician, because like she didn't have like a real hard stomach, and then her pediatrician actually like ended up having to stick her finger up her poor little hiney and like forced her to go, and her poop like was totally normal baby soft, like it wasn't hard or anything. But she just was like, just to see if it helps, try giving her a little apple juice every day, like between no more than 2 ounces, like so 1 ounce to 2 ounces every day, and just kind of see if that maybe helps like make things flow a little more regularly so she doesn't get so uncomfortable. She at first recommended that we do it diluted. I could not get Braylee to take it diluted, so I just started mixing it with breast milk, and she takes it totally fine, and it has been helping her so much. She has been actually going like every few days, and it like not getting uncomfortable at all. She's been doing like fantastic and so much happier, and just overall doing so much better. So it has dramatically helped her, which is great for her and for Matt and I obviously too, because it was so hard when she would get so uncomfortable, because you could tell she was miserable. So yeah, So that's been going much better. And because she is 5 months now, you guys might ask about, you know, if she's going to be starting like baby food anytime soon. Her pediatrician said between 5.5 and 6 months is when that could be started. I'm not in a rush to start it with her because of her, for one, she has her acid reflux, which, I mean, her medicine keeps it really under control and keeps her pretty comfortable and stuff. But she has that, and then also because of the pooping struggles, like, it makes me nervous to start her on baby food because I'm afraid it will back her up more again, so I'm not rushing into that. But I'm kind of just gonna wait for her to start showing me signs that she's ready, and we also don't see her pediatrician again till the very beginning of June, so I don't know if I think part of me might just wait until we see her pediatrician again and talk to her pediatrician about it before we start it. Unless she like really starts showing a huge interest in it, then maybe I'll just like call the office and be like, should I start her on it? And like, how should I go about starting her on it? But, at this point, like, we're not started on it yet. She's still just strictly breast milk, either straight from me or the bottle when I'm at work. But as you can see, her chair is set up back over there, and that's because we are starting with having her sit by the table with us at dinner time. Just so that way she gets used to the idea that, hey, it's mealtime, I sit in my chair and we do meals at the table. And I've also been just giving her like one of her baby spoons just to kind of like explore and play with and check out a little bit, just to kind of like, at least kind of, you know, get her used to what a spoon is. And also like with having her sit with us at dinner, she can see us eating dinner too and be like, oh, like they're doing, just to kind of see, you know, if it starts kind of sparking her interest at all. So we'll just kind of, you know, keep playing that by ear and see how that goes. But so far she likes being by the table with us, because then she's like right with us while we're eating and we're not like leaving her somewhere, because she does not like being left on her own, really. She likes to be interacted with and be played with and be busy. Like, she isn't a baby that'll just sit around anymore, obviously. And even like when being held, like, she wants to be playing with her and interacting with her when being held. Like, she's not just a little baby that just will lay there and be held anymore. Like, she wants the interaction, and she loves playing this exerciser. She's already been in it for, I don't know, like an hour, and she's totally still content in it. Like, she loves playing in it. It probably won't be too long though before she'll decide she wants her morning nap. But yeah, she is just growing like a weed. I don't know exactly how big she is weight or lengthwise right now. If I were to guess, I would say she's probably in the 15-pound zone weight-wise, because the last time she was weighed, she was 14 pounds, 8 ounces. So I would assume probably by now she's more in the 15-pound zone. And lengthwise, I definitely think she was 23 inches the last time she got measured, so I would definitely say she's probably grown a little bit lengthwise too. I can tell in her clothes that like she's starting to get a little bit longer too. And then the other thing to update on, she has figured out how to make this thing make noise too, is she has a flat spot on the back of her head, and we did go to orthotics a few weeks ago to get it looked at, and they just did some measurements on her, and she was like at a moderate borderline being in severe zone for needing a helmet. And so they just said, you know, we'll check, because she's so tiny for her age, they're like, you know, we'll just check again in 3 weeks and do some measurements again in 3 weeks and reevaluate and see for sure if, you know, and see if it makes any improvements or changes on its own. And if it doesn't look like it's improved at all, or it looks worse, then obviously we would much more highly recommend a helmet. But if it looks like it may continue improving on its own, then we'll say, you know, she won't need one. So that's actually this week, Thursday, that we go back to have her head reevaluated. We'll get some new measurements on it and see. You guys probably can't necessarily tell in the video, but it's the left side of her head that has the flat spots. So this side of her head. There are times when I look at it and I think it looks better. There's other times that I look at it and I'm like, I don't think there's been any change. So I don't know. It's hard to tell just by looking at it, but we'll see. We'll find out if she does end up needing the helmet. Whew, that is a good chunk of change. I don't know if they sprinkle gold dust in them things or what, but man, who knew something so simple could be so dang expensive? But because even with our insurance did approve it, but even with insurance, it's going to be like a little over $1,600 for the helmet if she does need it. So yeah, holy moly. But, you know, if she needs it, she needs it, and it's something that, you know, we'll figure out regardless. But, yeah, she's just overall doing so good. She's such a happy baby. She's always full of smiles and all that. She does really very good. She still, for the most part, refuses the passy. She has been starting to actually, like, she'll take the passy when I put her to bed at night, and she'll suck it, like, just long enough to, like, soothe herself and put herself to sleep, and then she immediately spits it out. Like, it never stays in her mouth. But yeah, and like we have such a solid nighttime routine. She literally is in bed usually no later, at the very latest it's 9 o'clock, but usually it's more between 8 and 8:30 that she's down. Sometimes, you know, but it's usually before 9 at the very latest that she's down, but it's usually long before then that she is down for bed at night, and she's really been doing really good with going with bedtime. We have a really good routine, and she does great with that. She's been sleeping great at night. She pretty much always sleeps through the night. I mean, she has it every once in a while where she doesn't, but it's pretty rare that she doesn't sleep through the night. She pretty much sleeps through the night, which is great. And she does great for my sister and my aunt when they watch her when I'm at work and all that. As far as how I'm doing, I'm really feeling really good, doing good. I'm honestly still at the exact same weight spot. I literally keep bouncing between the same 1 pound all the time. It's driving me nuts. Honestly, I feel like if I could get a really good solid workout routine down, I probably could start shedding it a little bit more. But when the weather's nice, I do take her for walks. But to like figure out any other like workout time and routine, and it's a struggle, y'all, as a parent, like especially a full-time working parent, because I work full-time, I have her. And when I'm home from work, I do like to spend time with her if I can, because I don't get as much time with her with working. So, you know, it is a struggle, but, you know, overall we are figuring out a little at a time. And, oh, I guess I could say like size clothing wise for her too. She is in size 3 diapers now. We did up her to size 3 diapers. Clothing wise, 3 to 6s are just starting to get small. They still fit her for the most part, but some of them are like lengthwise just starting to get a little bit short. It kind of just depends on the brand. She can do 6-month size pretty good. 6 to 9s are a little bit on the big side, but I honestly might start like playing around with that a little bit more, just because I have noticed that the 3 to 6s are starting to get a little small. Like I said, 6-month size is pretty good for her. She can do 6 months really well. And then 6 to 9s they're a little big, but I mean, probably depending on the brand, I could make them work for her. So what I really need is for the weather around here in Michigan to get warm and stay warm, so I can actually like comfortably move her into the next size, because the next size clothing that I have, because I get everything hand-me-down. So what I have for her is mostly all like summer type wardrobe stuff. So it's like I need the weather to stay warm so I can actually use that wardrobe. But yeah, so that's really everything, guys, that I can think of. She, like I said, is doing really good and is such a happy baby, and really for the most part a pretty easy baby too. I mean, there's moments, any baby is going to have their moments, any time as a parent is going to have its moments, but overall I love it. I love her. And I can tell she's starting to get sleepy eyes a little bit, so she's probably going to be ready for her morning nap pretty soon here. But yeah, so I'm just going to end this video here before she starts getting tired and cranky, and we will talk to you guys for her 6-month update. Love you guys so much. Bye.